into episode 235 of the Dumb Marks podcast. We got day two of Potomania 5, and something different here. We're actually all together for a change for WrestleMania.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy WrestleMania day, boys. The time has arrived. The greatest event of the year is here. Now, I'm not talking about Potomania 5. I'm talking about night one, day one of WrestleMania.
Let's hope.
Well, listen, if that NXT energy and pay-per-view is going to flow over into night one of WrestleMania, I think we're in good for a good show later on, because they definitely went out there and tore the house down earlier today.
Yes, they did.
The crowd was definitely hot for NXT. The nice thing is starting early over there, so it's not going to be late as hell in Vegas. So the crowd energy hopefully will keep up all night long. We'll see if it keeps up tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday. But
Yes, it was a lot, but it's finally here.
It is
finally. WrestleMania is finally here after what, 3 weeks? It seemed like it extended 3 weeks.
Yeah,
It was just too damn long.
12-week build on the road to WrestleMania. That was so
long build.
Yeah, very long build. Very long build. I don't know how bad my forehead looks on camera and screen right now, but DJ Stand and Deliver was lit. All right, we got live. We got boots on the ground. Boots on the ground with DJ out there.
That's awesome.
Show was amazing. That's good.
Glad to hear that.
We it felt like some wrestlers didn't get any pops when they got announced and came out. DJ, can you confirm that the crowd was kind of blase blah for some of the talent that came out and entered the arena?
It seemed like they were still waking up.
I mean, yeah, for that early call time, definitely could have been.
Because there was like parts of like seating where like it was completely blank, and I didn't know if people just like forgot the time or they didn't get in there yet. But yeah,
A little combination of everything possibly. So,
yeah.
And then you probably just got people that just went everything Monday through or Friday through Monday, went to every show, but with like overseas people and all that stuff, you get all that crowd.
Yeah,
Maybe not watch TV, but it's something that aren't NXT, but it's something to do.
Yeah,
I mean, Sean joked about during the Hall of Fame last night, and he was just like, if I don't show up for the call time, you know why.
Sure.
Very early. DJ's asking how the crowd seemed, but
No, dead.
They had their spots.
Couple
as
moments,
it went on.
but would have thought
Yeah.
it would have been more.
Yeah, if you want to lock remarried, you didn't get a pop.
What club did you skip last night? That depends, because sometimes you just gotta roll straight through
Right,
into
you
the
do.
morning and keep it going, and then take your nap after NXT before night one of WrestleMania. DJ, but no, glad to see we got some boots on the ground out there. So hopefully you enjoy the show live. Definitely hit us up and keep us attuned to all the shenanigans going on out there.
I hope you ain't watching from line. That line to get in.
Oh, they're gonna say.
Oh, action, yeah.
All the
Not
sections
going.
are filled except for the cam side. Okay.
It's
So
not
good
going.
crowd then.
Taquan, you don't get to say nothing with your screen name is pleasantly pretentious. You don't get to say nothing. All right. I got sunburnt, as I mentioned last night. I got sunburnt, and I can't put a hat on. It's just my forehead is peeling everywhere. Like, it's just bad all the way around. My face is like 7 shades of red.
White
So
people problems.
yeah,
I'm out the lightest person here.
yeah, you
What's
definitely
going
are.
on?
Definitely are the lightest person here.
And wearing light colors. What's going on?
No, I definitely got the Sheamus light shining on me right now. So
Yeah, you got you got the Vince God glow.
It's Easter weekend.
Yeah, well, there you go. He is risen. He is risen. Come tomorrow. So, we're here at night one. We're going to go over and recap everything that was from NXT, Stand and Deliver, reactions, hits, misses, likes, dislikes, etc., and then break down and predict night one of Mania and give you our do's and don'ts as far as what we think will happen throughout tonight's show. So,
And then we'll also cover a little bit later on, debate this with the top 50 greatest WrestleMania matches according to WWE.
yeah, WWE's list came out, and I think I'm more mad at the bottom half of the list than I am at the top half of the list. Numbers, 50 through 25 versus 1 through 25. But yeah, so nice little debate. This predictions and reactions. So NXT stand and deliver. New champions. Some people retained. Some holy shit moments. But overall, scale of 1 to 10, what'd you guys think of the WrestleMania kickoff show, stand and deliver?
Well, I missed 2 matches. I missed the last 2 matches because I was on the road to get here and picking stuff up. But from what I saw, I didn't mind it at all. I didn't. I will give it. I'll give it a 8 out of 10. You know,
there's definitely a lot that I need to go back and rewatch too. You know, background noise while I was doing stuff went out a little bit too. I missed the women's title match and I missed a good amount of the main event. Ricky and Ethan killed it in the opening. I thought. Thought the ladder match was a great match. The tag team title match, I mean, Fraxium continues to do what they do best. I didn't love Hank and Tank in the match. I thought it was more Fraxium carrying it than them.
That's what I talked about last night on the prediction show, where they did a good job with the story of building up Hank and Tank, but they missed 1 or 2 beats to like get you all the way in. And the crowd kind of exuded that same sentiment throughout that match. You know, the pop coming out for them wasn't that loud. They had moments throughout the match where they were kind of getting behind them. And then even whenever they went to the finishing sequence, which hell of a finishing sequence. Like I love their finisher. You know, that's a finisher that they pull off well, and it suits their team. As far as being, you know, bigger guys and that. But yeah, I thought, you know, if they would have highlighted and put a little bit of extra sauce on them too, you know, 2 more weeks, maybe 3, they would little
hot sauce, bro.
Yeah, they would have had that crowd like really coming unglued when they counted to 3 there. So
but they at least got the pop there, so that's kind of what matters the most at the end.
NXT just giving people names. Yeah, Taquan, absolutely.
That's not what he said. Stay sugarcoat that one.
Hank and Tank. Yep.
I'll hang around at 8. Good show. The ladder match stole the show for me. I just expect more fluidity out of the women's fatal 4-way. Okay. For them to be such vets. I expect it to be more seamless.
Is that why you think maybe it didn't main event?
No, I think they got all their chips in on Oba.
Okay. Sol Ruka to me was the MVP of the entire show, the entire pay-per-view.
Yeah,
like I know I picked Ethan and Ricky to be my match of the day, since it's not match of the night because of what time it went on.
Match of the morning.
Yeah, match of the morning. And they went out there and absolutely gave the big FU to TK for benching those 2 guys as long as they did. So I have no qualms as far as their trajectory for either one of those 2 guys in NXT or up on the main roster, to be honest with you. But Sol Ruga to me stole the show, like 1,000%. The way that ladder match closed out and she hit, I don't know what, 4 different soul snatchers.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast. Usually snatch steals your soul, but she hit soul snatchers. So pause.
T-shirt hit pro wrestling
pause. There it is. But yeah, no, congrats to her. I don't know what this does as far as her and Zarya from the tag team perspective wise. I know somebody picked Soul on the prediction show last night. I think it was Jason. So congrats to you for getting a pick right.
Double champ.
Yeah. Who's the double champ?
Soul. Speed champ and North America now.
Come on. No, we're not doing this. We're not. No.
Better come out with both arms.
Yeah, no.
Ultimo Dragon.
I mean, technically it's only canon on Twitter.
That speed title, they don't even, that belt don't even get shown outside of graphics. Nobody even carries that belt around. The double champ. That's worse than AEW giving themselves a banner for being the longest primetime show on TNT. You want to caveat Sol
Still
Ruka as a
counts.
double champ.
Still
I'm
counts.
not counting her as a double
That's not
champ.
canon. That's not
No,
canon.
hell
That's
no.
filler.
So she's the second.
Yeah. In the anime world, that's called filler.
No, that's speed participation trophy. Not doing that.
Todd.
Yeah, God damn, Taquan. All right, let's
That's
just
the energy we got today. All right, let's keep that shit
no,
going.
let's run through these. Hank and Tank we already talked about. Soul with the North American Championship. Any other highlights for you in regards to that match itself? Hits, misses, anything. I thought Izzy Dame had a really good showing. For somebody that hasn't been on TV a lot, right? I could see them putting some time behind her.
I knew
sooner rather than later.
As soon as her music hit, I was like, "Who's this?" At first.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
We might have more of those moments this weekend.
Yeah.
I think the 6 women that they had in the match worked. I don't think nobody needed to be replaced.
Okay.
As far as that goes. Yeah, so that speed title is not even a conference championship. That's a slap in the face to conference championships.
That's the play. But that's the
that's the play. No, that's the commissioners. Yeah, that's the in-season commissioners cup title that the Lakers raised the banner for because they're the Lakers.
I like this whenever the crowd turns on each other.
Yeah, I mean, good job with that.
Yeah,
but it's like you're either gonna go all in and chant, or you're just not. Let's not do the turn on each other.
It's like the dude that sat behind us at Dynamite that was trying to get the chants going all night long, and just none of them took off. I think we kind of hit the highlights that I noticed on NXT. But
so as far as just real quick on a couple. Just in the women's division, Soldier NA champ now. Stephanie retains. I know you said it was a clunky fest. As far as that, 4 ways, triple threats are hard enough, and then a 4th is even more difficult. But based on where we're at and the women that lost in those 2 matches, who would you have step up as far as challenger storyline for each belt coming out of those 2 matches in particular?
DJ trying to get his flowers for starting a chant on it and stand and deliver. Don't be that guy, DJ. Don't be that guy.
I know they'll probably run Julia and Stephanie.
Yeah,
again.
And Jada and Jordan still got the unfinished feud. So
unfinished business.
So they didn't. I think the next event that they officially announced was going to be an NXT Worlds Collide versus AAA in June. So do we do a TV event in between now? Something next month, to promote and then go to work towards that. Because I don't know if I necessarily want to see Stephanie and Julia just be thrown together on TV.
And so if they do that Worlds Collide, wasn't Stephanie the one who skipped out on AAA?
She did.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, she did. So that'll be some very interesting things in regards to that show.
Somebody will drop the belt by then.
I brought up first thing I thought was I'm cool with the concept. But
I've been saying Worlds Collide for how long? But we thought it was going to be an NXT TNA show.
Yes.
We're just going to highlight over that,
And maybe TNA will get brought into the fold, and then you have, 3 brands, a bigger show. You could have more matches.
That could work because was El Hijo de Vikingo. He's going to be on TNA next week, so maybe they are since they have a.
But I know TNA. Well, TNA before Demore left, they announced the deal with CMLL, right?
Yeah.
So CML and AAA that's the Hatfields and McCoys. That's the
But I don't know if they've necessarily kept up with that since then.
That's what I mean. I have no idea. I haven't seen anything else besides that. So
Different regime. Doesn't count.
DJ wants to see Thea Hale up next for the North American title feud. A lot of women get called up soon. So Thea, we talked about Thea in the predictions last night, DJ, being that like shock and awe dark horse is holy shit. I can't believe she won the title in this particular moment from like a WrestleMania shocker aspect. But I wouldn't be mad if Thea's the feud against Soul. Do I think she should be the first one up against Soul? No. I think you have some other women, whether it be Jada, whether it be Lola. You can always run out the Fatal Influence. You got more than enough. And I think I don't want this right away, but if we're gonna run like through the summer and you're talking about next big event around SummerSlam wise, having her and Zarya beefing going into the SummerSlam show for the North American title is where I would want to see the booking eventually end.
Yeah.
So have Soul have the belt now. She can have somebody else in between, but really heat them two up coming into SummerSlam weekend, and then I would put her and Zarya against each other in that regards.
I'd like Thea just came back, so let's establish her as herself at this point, and let it just happen organically. And
She did have the crowd behind her though.
Yeah, for sure. Now the men's side, Trick to me got to be done. Right? There's no reason to have Trick in NXT anymore.
Unless they're going to treat him like they're treating Roxanne. Just down.
But we know Roxanne. We know Roxanne is coming up either on Raw after Mania or SmackDown after Mania, and she's going to be inserted in, and probably her and Bailey's program will pick back up in that regards there. But like Trick's, this is what the third time he failed to cash in and actually win the belt back.
Yes.
Now, granted, not all of those matches have been one-on-ones, but still, you're 0 for 3, bro. You're like beyond back of the line. You're down the street, waiting to get a jitney back up to the building. Like, there's no way that you should be claiming any type of title shots anytime soon. So
Lexus King got better. Got a better.
I mean, it looks like his thing's gone now, right?
Yeah.
So
I don't know where you go from here with Oba. I said it on the prediction show last night. I think Oba's in a spot kind of like where Braun Breaker was for a little bit in NXT, where he was just so dominant. It's like, all right, what are we doing? Like, why are you still here? Trick Mello Miz Gang. Hey, it would be entertaining, but they're not gonna. Hey, you want to talk about just forgetting all the history? I don't think Trick comes up and is just immediately besties with Mello again.
Yeah.
Mello would have Trick carry around the Andre the Giant trophy for him because it's too big for Mello to carry. So, but yeah, Trick Mello is
if you don't, right now the NXT men's title picture needs some fresh blood inside there.
Yes,
it's time to get like Javon was fine to put in there to change that a little bit, but yeah, Oba just needs a completely new.
I don't mind him running one-on-one versus Javon. Javon got some good licks in there. He got his shit off in there. So I wouldn't mind to see him in the one-on-one with Oba.
Where's Wes at too? He stepped up and then stepped back.
He has a little faction with him. Tag alongs.
Yeah, but it's not the main event picture. How many times we said we're tired of him?
There's no way in hell I'm buying Wesley against Oba Femi.
Oh, I'm not saying he's going to win, but
I wouldn't even buy it as let's make this match and have it.
I mean, well, you already had it in eight run. So
Oba's on a different level now, though. That back then, okay, and this is not a slight on West, but like there's some matchups, man. It's the Rey Mysterio effect as far as size and opposition and everything else, and it's like I can buy Rey to a point, but some people, like to me, Wes and Oba is like Rey versus Brock Lesnar. Like there's no reason why those two should even be in the ring against each other.
Just destruction. That's the whole thing.
The only next logical step is Tony D.
We're not even
The
gonna touch
only
that.
man to beat him.
See, the problem with Oba is that like partially he's a face, but he's also, you know,
running hillish.
Yeah, like, he's running
in between. You know?
Yeah, he's literally driving down the middle of the street. He's driving over the yellow lines. Like he got one half of the car on the good side and one half on the bad side.
Yeah.
You got Cody and Bianca, and they're getting booed. So what baby faces do you have left in the company? Everybody else is either running the line, blurring the line, or heel.
The only person who blurred the line good, and that is Randy.
Yeah,
That's it.
he can do that anytime.
I think.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, but I think Oba needs like another Huskus against him because he's been fighting too many people like smaller than him. So like
they don't have nobody else size wise in the
Yeah.
promotion
That's
to
the
go up
problem.
against them.
So
Man
that's
from
when he
Osiris
called.
from Dark State.
Also, that's when he called Moose back in.
Well, this is where like, you know, somebody like Dijak would have been a prime spot, but you know,
Or it's time to bring in some fresh talent.
they're definitely way younger on the men's side. Squeeze, all gas, no brakes. Squeeze, all gas, no brakes for the weekend, brother.
Charlotte doesn't win.
Hey,
Right.
Hey, look, if you saw me looking over that way, I was just watching the whole Charlotte package for the last 5 minutes while you guys were talking. So
What were you watching?
Charlotte's vignette.
So
We'll get into
yeah,
that.
yeah, we'll touch on that when we get into the predictions here, which we're about to get into.
There's some stuff to talk about there.
Squeeze, you gotta tune in for our drink of the week when we drop it, because I got something special that I think you would enjoy. So stay tuned for that when that drops in the next coming couple weeks here. It is definitely right up your alley. So triple seven wrestlers. Yeah, that's pretty true. So, all right. Anybody got anything else to kind of put a bow on NXT Stand and Deliver? I think it was well, you know, as advertised. I think some of the matches over delivered. I didn't really see a dud on the card itself. Like, you know, is it one of the greatest NXT pay-per-views of all time? No. But for a WrestleMania show, I think it kind of lived up to what they were hoping for it.
Yeah. Did its job to start the day.
All right. Well, now we got Stand and Deliver in the books. Let's get into predictions for night one, WrestleMania 41. As we had mentioned, the road to WrestleMania finally stops at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. So let's run through this card, give your predictions as far as who you got, what you want to see, and anything else that you want to throw into before we, you know, head on over in about an hour and a half to the live show. So let's run through this card here. Are these in somewhat order?
The first and the last are.
First and the last.
First and the last are okay. That's fine. All right.
So we'll kick things off. Match rumored to kick off the night.
It is kicking off tonight. It's guaranteed.
World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther versus Jey Uso. Donald, I want to hear your words to kick this one off.
Participation oos.
What needs to happen in this match? Gunther needs to destroy Jay in 10 seconds and beat him.
You want a Kofi and Brock Lesnar?
I want a squash match for this because if Gunther loses, he would lost the Intercontinental title last year and the world title this year. That does no justice to one of your great wrestlers.
You mean dropping him at Mania?
Yes.
That's a bad thing if he drops the belt at
Yes,
Mania?
because he's supposed to be this destructive force, and he lost two of the best titles at Mania. So for this,
the Intercontinental title ain't been relevant since the 90s. What are we talking
about?
No. I
mean,
no. Like,
no.
Gunther himself
Gunther put it back on the match.
He did, but like he had it for over almost 666 days when he dropped it.
Like still, he put it back on. Hey, he put it back up on there.
That's 2 losses. That's 2 losses since when?
He's had 2 total. Whenever he dropped the NXT UK title and the Intercontinental title.
No, he still need to come
man
back.
has a 98% win rate.
Yes, and I want more of it. He is the ring general. He needs to squash him. What happened when Sheamus squashed Daniel Bryan? Daniel Bryan came back better than ever.
Oh, so this would like catapult Jay in your eyes to make him.
Oh man, I can care less about Jay.
Oh, see, come on. That's hate.
Squash.
There's
That's
no,
what it is. Squash them. 10 seconds. Be done. Be over with.
4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
And then Rikishi's going to complain and be like, it should have been the main event.
Of course.
He opened the show.
But Roman main event, so I mean,
If you're not main event and you want to open
Roman's
the
not
show,
my kid. Roman might be by blood, but he's not my kid.
at the table, man, at the table.
Triple A.
She looks terrible.
He was wondering why, like, it was really diverse up there.
No, I was just
I
wondering.
can say a lot about that going on right now. Especially with men who's supposed to be in town. You gathered them all up for me.
This event's gonna be like the NXT UK takeover that never.
Sorry,
happened.
guys. For those of you that are watching video, we got the kickoff show in the background, and we got Triple H talking about the Worlds Collide event and the business relationship between WWE and AAA. And they have a lot of stars. How mad is Tony Khan seeing
All
Vikingo
of his people up there.
in the middle of the screen
That's not even the
on
person I was
WrestleMania
thinking of this
weekend?
right now.
all of his people.
Someone else is seeing this right now and going, they're all lined up.
You got Vikingo in the middle. This is we're gonna get into this
Yeah, we will.
moving forward. But all right, yeah, I got Jey Uso. Yeet. It's happening. The momentum and the movement's too big. It's probably the most organic over movement since the Yes movement of Daniel Bryan. You got to pay that off, and you pay that off at WrestleMania. So give me the yeet.
Pull the trigger now. Give me Jey Uso. Give me a short reign.
Yeah, I don't care if he drops it next month at Clash or Money in the Bank or Backlash, whichever.
He could drop tonight.
Drop it on Raw on Monday, like Kane did to Stone Cold after the first blood match. Just turn around on Monday and drop it right back.
I could definitely see it happening, that kicking off Mania, getting that moment, get the crowd going.
Everybody's yeeting in Vegas.
Oh, that
2 hours from now, it's a yeet fest.
it might still be going in 3. You know, Michael Cole's gonna be eating all over himself out there tonight. My prediction is Jay wins. I don't want to see it. I'm with Donald, though. I think
Haters.
Gunther needs to retain the title.
Haters.
Same thing of he is the ring general. He needs to continue his reign. There, for an entrance versus that man, that's all it is. It's an entrance versus one of the best in the ring.
This is supposed to be a new WWE.
So,
Triple H need to throw up a big, yep, I got you, boy.
somebody says it's gonna be Chun-Li versus E Honda. All kicks and slaps.
I want Gunther to retain here. That is what I absolutely want. But again, I think they're going to give it to Jay just because. So.
Because they don't want the Rikishi heat. That's why.
Next up.
Next, let's get this one out of the way. The World Tag Team Championship, the War Raiders versus the New Day.
Should not be the tag team match on the card.
This should have just been on Raw or this upcoming Raw.
Yeah, I threw the question out to you guys last night on the prediction show. Who that is not on WrestleMania 41, regardless of what night it is, what talent should absolutely deserve to be on the card, and who would you take off?
There's one person, Chelsea Green.
That was one of them for me.
That was one. My other was the Street Profits, DIY, and Pretty Deadly.
What about Solo?
He'll be in there.
I think
he'll be in the mix.
I said Chelsea and Roxanne, especially with Roxanne going all the way to the end of the Rumble.
Yeah,
that meant something.
Yeah. Chelsea and Solo were the two that I thought. This is a match you could have taken off.
I would have taken this off, and I mean,
this is just because of the New Day getting an appearance on WrestleMania. That's it.
Now, granted, these two do deliver in ring.
They do.
But
yeah, this is no hate on the match. It's just the men's tag team championships on the Raw side don't mean jack.
What are we gonna get? 5 minutes of entrance and then probably a 5-10 minute match.
Yeah,
I mean that. Again, you could put this on Raw.
Well, no, we're going 4 hours, so you figure 7 matches minus if we're going 4 hours, there's at least 2 hours, 2.5 hours of entrances before and after.
I don't know if you guys saw the ramp. That ramp is long as shit.
Yeah,
That's a walk.
Yeah. You know what? Just because it doesn't, I hate to say this because I absolutely love the War Raiders, but give me the New Day to win their 12th tag team titles here at WrestleMania.
Yep. I was thinking the same thing too.
And them not even celebrate, just have the belts handed to them, and then literally
walk off
out,
everybody.
just walk out of the ring. Just roll out of the ring and walk up the ramp. Don't hold the belt up. Don't do nothing.
Give me the New Day and give me more New Day on TV. Not during the commercial break where you got to pay premium.
The picture in picture.
Yeah, don't give me that. Give me New Day on TV, slotted segments.
Agreed. Where it's deserved to be. With you guys, New Day, just to give them the win on here. So War Raiders are retaining.
So you won't give Jay just to win, but you'll give New Day just to win.
The tag team titles mean nothing. So,
what has Gunther done with the heavyweight title make it mean anything?
The run could be better, but I don't think all Jey Uso is going to do with it is an entrance. So it's not going to mean anything more if he's the champion.
Well, I mean, hey, there was a certain brother that all he did was have an entrance and he held it for 800 some days. He had an entrance and a leg drop. Jey Uso got an entrance and a spear. I'm not saying it's the same, but what I'm saying is, I mean,
hey, brother did things 6 days and rested on the 7th. So, he showed everything in those 6 days.
Guess who I'm celebrating tomorrow?
Next, we're going to go Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Steve, go ahead, kick this one off.
This, to me, is arguably the most interesting match on the card from a story perspective. I bought into Naomi after the initial, I don't like the I did it for The Rock, I did it for Bianca. After that, what Naomi has done since that point, tremendous. I don't know if you've paid attention to them two on social media this week.
Oh yeah.
I've seen
but Jade said Naomi went to the DM or to the Dominican to get her butt shots, and Naomi responded, "Only butt shots I get are from Big Jim." So they've been going at it on X in social media. Here we got Chelsea Green, Jade. Taekwon's not a fan of the Yeats. Donald's second horrible take of the day. First was his t-shirt.
Yeah. My shirt is comfortable. I'm wearing comfort because I'm going to be here for a long time.
Donald's t-shirt doesn't know if it wants to be a U-neck or a V-neck, but it's definitely a neck. So listen. Jay Cargill's going to win this match.
Yes,
it's a primetime spot for her. I think they really need to turn up the heat with Jade. So it's time to see does she really have it? Will they, take the gloves off her and actually let her do more than a slam and a pump kick and go into the finish? Like, how much time do these two get? I think Naomi, being the veteran she is, can absolutely, I don't want to say carry Jade, but can make Jade shine if Naomi's on her game. Because there's been times where Naomi's been in there with certain people and you would expect her to have a hell of a match and it's been a letdown. Yeah. But then there's other times where she's in there and it's like, oh, damn, like this Naomi can go in the ring with anybody. So hopefully they get some time. I don't necessarily want to see like a 5-6 minute match here because the story dictates something longer, maybe go 8 or 9 minutes with them. I don't see anything over 10 being needed for this, but I got Jade winning.
I got Jade winning. My stance on Naomi. I have no belief in her, so whatever she does, it's just background noise to me. So Jade.
They kind of wedged Bianca back into this story, so I don't know where this is going. But give me Jade.
Jade for the win. I have not bought into Naomi in this heel run. Naomi for me, just I cannot buy her as a heel. I think she still has the same problems as believability as a heel as she did in the past. Let Jade come out here, do her thing on the opposite of Steve.
You want to squash?
Squash Naomi in this.
You want a Jay Uso?
Destroy it. Yeah, just destroy her.
Whole
in this
family
match.
getting squashed.
There's only one that's taking his time out there tonight for 50 minutes. So yeah, but Jade winning this one. All right, up next, tentatively, we got Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. WWE has announced that last night on SmackDown, Rey did get injured, so they're not sure if Rey's going to actually be in this match or not.
I don't know. By the looks of that press announcement that they just had with the AAA in regards to Worlds Collide, Rey Mysterio was there. Granted, there's a lot of time between now and when this match can go on the
Depends what
card.
the injury is,
but,
too.
Yeah. Look, man, if Rey can't go, like, I don't know, do you just put Dragon Lee in his place and let them go at it just because, like, it's too late to bring anybody in on a surprise?
I got 3.
You got actual replacements in mind for this? If Rey can't go,
do you actually do?
Hold on, here we go.
Rey Mysterio announced, because they were just on the pre-show. Rey Mysterio announced that he's not medically cleared to compete. Rey Fénix will step in.
That's what he called.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, do you do Chad Gable and have someone else's El Grande? Then I was thinking Dragon Lee just for the LWO, or if it's WrestleMania, go hard and do Rey Fénix. So,
well, I guess because Penta's in the title match for the IC title, so again, Penta and Rey both coming in and are on WrestleMania.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is probably always the plan.
All right, so we got
Fénix
Fénix against El Grande Americano, hailing from the Gulf of Mexico again, not the Gulf of America, the Gulf of Mexico, based on his age and what year he was born. So, see, now this is gonna potentially change up what I have in mind here.
what was your original prediction?
I was gonna have El Grande Americano beating Rey.
Sure.
Yeah.
But now that you got Fénix into the fold, Fénix can't take an L here. Something's
Those first timers at WrestleMania.
something gotta go down here. This smells like a dusty finish.
Okay.
If there's a smallish dusty finish on this card, this is definitely the match to do it. To where, maybe you get a quick roll up, or maybe El Grande hooks the ropes and on a small package border roll up so Fénix can't get out. But yeah, we'll see what El Grande can do there. But, yeah, so definitely some shenanigans in this match. I personally would have Fénix win just because it's Fénix. But what a hell of a spot to come in and absolutely have a WrestleMania moment in that regards.
Isn't it the old adage in pro wrestling? Whoever gets put into the match at the last minute usually wins. So that
card subject to change was the adage I thought you were going with there.
But, true, but either way, I think we're going to see a good match. So I kind of don't care. But on that old adage, I think we'll just give it to Fénix.
We got to pop over into that chat real quick and see what we got for some of these additional.
Nelson is Fénix gonna win.
That's what you want to wait for.
You know, put your glasses on for that
one. Yeah, but now since they added Fénix is gonna win. But
Chelsea on the show, Chelsea should be on this card. Absolutely. I don't even care if she was hosting. Maybe she's still in timeout from not, getting back in the ring in enough time. They had to do that quick shoot count out because that's not how it was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago. She just didn't realize where the ref was at in the count and literally botched the spot. Didn't get back in time.
Hey, there's enough producers around the ring that they tell people what to do, and the cameramen. So
I'm going Fénix. I'm going Rey Fénix.
Give me loaded mask, El Grande.
Oh, the loaded mask.
The loaded mask.
It's a good call.
Mask, El Grande.
Start the robbery there.
Hey, these brothers ain't winning.
TK made that call. Hey Hunter, I know we got problems, but
Don't put him over.
All right, moving on. United States Championship, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
All gas, no brakes.
Around the board.
Around the board, clean sweep.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to bookmark this right now. April 19th, 2025. Jacob Fatu wins the United States Championship. WrestleMania 42 next year. Jacob Fatu, as your Royal Rumble winner, will be winning his first WWE Championship. I'm calling the shot now. Jacob Fatu becomes heavyweight champion next year at next year's WrestleMania after becoming United States champion tonight in Vegas.
Gotta take your personal opinion out of wrestling, man.
Nope. Tony Khan let me down with Josh Alexander. Triple H is not going to let me down with Jacob Fatu.
TBD. We'll save this one for next year.
Just bookmark it.
Going around the horn.
Yeah,
Around the horn.
All right. Jason, kick us
Oh,
off
there
with
we go.
WWE
Kick us
Women's
off.
Championship. Tiffy versus Charlotte.
Tippy time, lemon lime, nickels and dimes.
Charlotte and 5.
Charlotte.
How you gonna?
You was waiting for that all
Oh,
day.
yeah.
All day.
No, I can read in my head.
You were in the mirror practicing that one?
No, I did all day.
Yeah, he was like, hey,
Not even shaving.
yeah, look, Jason sounded like Shannon. Donald's dressing like Unc in the meme with the cigarette and the Mountain Dew as he sips his monster. Tiffany Stratton.
It gotta be.
I'm not. I am not. I am not picking Charlotte Flair to win this match. You couldn't pay me to pick Charlotte Flair to win this match.
I was going in.
I hope they
saying,
get into a shoot and,
Oh,
and absolutely
alright.
just throw it down in the middle of the ring.
Show her the real skills.
That'll be the real Sin City Street Fight.
This is going to be Tiffy's best match ever, right?
Oh, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down.
No, all jokes aside, I do think whatever personal beef is out there, they're professional enough to go out there and actually do good business, because I think this can be a really exciting match.
Mhm.
Even though, for all the shit that I talk on Charlotte and me hating, I really do think this has potential to be a sneaky match of the night contender on night one, as far as stealing the show. In that regard, Charlotte's done it on multiple WrestleManias. Tiffy time. Let Tiffy time shine.
It got to be Stratton to win. If Charlotte wins, number one on the HPI, because that would be a move.
Yeah.
That would be.
You're hosting next week, so. Yeah, I'm going with Tiffy as well. Do you really want? I don't know. To me, it's like, if Jay wins, do you really give both Royal Rumble winners, their time tonight? Or
They've done that before.
they have, but then do you also really want the crowd to booing the shit out of Charlotte whenever she wins the title?
Well, that's
You
not
just gotta work
ending.
through
It's
it.
not ending the
Yeah.
show, so it's not like you're sending them home with a bad taste in their mouth, like AEW's done with John Moxley the last 2 pay-per-views, where he sent the entire crowd home miserable because you've had Mox win.
Mox equals ratings, though.
I guess that's in the other multiverse
Yeah.
of AEW.
That's all good. That's a doomsday.
To me, if you take the belt off Tiffy right now, you're cutting her off at the knees.
Yeah.
And she's actually in a prime spot, given the way Charlotte's portrayed herself in this. She's actually become an even bigger babyface.
Mm-hmm.
Where I didn't think Tiffy could actually be a babyface just because of her mannerisms and the way she speaks and how, she's always been more on the heel side of things for me whenever I've looked at her and listened to her. But going up against Charlotte, it's pushed her even further from just the fans are behind you and want to see you win because of your Tiffy time, whatever. But now, like, oh no, I'm buying you as a baby face.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to put the belt on Charlotte, let her win it at SummerSlam, and we got plenty of pay-per-views to have them two run at each other, and this doesn't necessarily have to be a one-off, but I don't need her dropping the belt to Charlotte at Mania just because that was the plan when Charlotte came back. Like, make an adjustment to the booking, Hunter, and let's see if you're able to do that, because in my eyes, you had Charlotte coming back to win the Rumble and be this big over babyface, and the fans have absolutely rejected it.
Nia Jax should have been the champ then. He played it all wrong.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I put the beer bomb on after earlier, so it looks good.
How about the sunburn?
Forehead is still on fire.
All right, main event time. Roman, Punk, Rollins. Steve, kick us off.
Where did you want me to go? So you can think of. For me, I'll go. For me, I'm going Seth Rollins, and I'm going Paul Heyman is going with Seth, and that will play into my pick for tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Seth has been dressing like The Rock. He came out with the black turtleneck with the chain, like The Rock with the fanny pack photo.
Okay.
There was also him with the vest on, and it was either last week or 2 weeks ago, but there was another moment where he dressed just like The Rock as well. So could you potentially see Seth selling his soul? Look, Seth said on, I forget whose show it was. Oh, it was Cam Hayward. It was Cam Hayward's podcast where he asked him, "Is there a world where you align yourself with The Rock and sell your soul?" And Seth was like, "Listen, my soul's been up for sale. I've already sold my soul more than once in my career. I have no problem doing it again. So you'll have to wait and see."
He already sold his soul to the corporate, the authority back in the day. So just an evolution of that. Possibly.
Look, if you have a faction of Cena, Rollins, and The Rock, I'm not going to be mad at it. I can see that happening in Seth costing Cody the title because of everything that Seth did for Cody last year for Cody to win the title. And Cody, his interactions with Roman and CM Punk. Like, there's plenty that Cody has done with both of those individuals to where Seth could come in and turn on a dime in that regards. I don't know if I would overbook the Cena Rhodes match like that, but hey.
I'm interested, Don, on where you're going with this. So,
to me, I don't see CM Punk getting a main event match after all these years, even though it's a 2-night main event, and some will say it's not a true main event.
It is not.
In the record books, it counts as a main event because Roman is now a 10-time WrestleMania main event. So, with this match later on tonight, 10 times, 10 times.
Somebody got to catch up.
10
brother got to catch up.
10 times.
Night one does not count.
In WWE's book, it does count. So.
You're the ones who got as many world titles as you had.
Yeah.
It's their number.
Yeah. So I don't see CM Punk getting a main event spot after all these years and him losing in that main event spot. The intrigue is definitely there with Seth. Heyman's the outlier. He could go with any one of the three individuals. He was on Rich Eisen's show talking about, he's going to be a man of his word to walk Punk down, and he made that promise, but he's not going to betray his tribal chief. And we'll see how that comes out.
He already said too much.
I think after listening to Roman on Pat McAfee's show yesterday and what Roman wants to do, we all know Roman's coming towards the end of his run. he said it when he inducted Heyman. The day I'm not with the wise man is the day that you don't see me anymore. So
He said, what, 2 or 3 years left, and that's it. So
yeah,
That's all you got. Guess what? Time for others to step up.
because of this main event not having the title, you got to figure whoever comes out of this would be first in line for Jay. And if you're talking about the Bloodline universe and the Bloodline Infinity Saga and what inning are we in, what better way to stamp Jay's title run than to have him beat Roman? So with that being said, I'm going to go with Roman Reigns and him moving on to Jay as being Jay's first story defense as champion, because you have 5 years of storytelling that you can run with it, and Jay beats Roman to actually cement himself as a champ, not a fluke. Not you got lucky on one night against Gunther. No, you beat Gunther and Roman back to back as champ. Yeah.
You're asking for too much.
I can see that. I can see him joining the Rock, or Seth joining the Rock, going after Jay. So that whole faction, the big three, is just roughshod over everything. But I'm going with CM Punk for the moment.
You do it the moment.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I wanted to do that, but at the same time, I'm like, come on, man, we can't let's take the predictability out of this. However, CM Punk winning the close night one with the fireworks going off and him and Heyman hugging in the ring, as Roman sits there staring into the ring, not knowing what to do with himself. Actually, you know what? As I'm talking that situation through, give me CM Punk. Give me CM Punk.
But if Punk wins, you get an unhinged Seth, and that's what I want to see.
Give me CM Punk.
I don't want to see Paul turn on anybody tonight. If we see anything with it, let it be the Easter egg for tomorrow. But I want to see WrestleMania night one end with Seth doing the curb stomp onto CM Punk to win this match.
That's not happening. You're just a Seth mark. That's not
I'm that much against Punk.
Seth is not winning. Seth is the only one that's
he's taking the pin.
Roman doesn't have to be in there, so they can give him to the outside, but I want to see Seth.
There we go. We thinking it like
yes.
today.
Look, I know the names themselves: Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk is marquee, is box office, right? But Triple H said a couple weeks ago, or maybe even have been after the Rumble, I forget whatever pay-per-view it was, but he said, listen, the main events aren't sold up, it's whoever has the hottest story going into it. Does this deserve to actually be the main event of night one? Like, I know Bully Ray talked about it. A lot of other wrestlers talk about it. If you're not closing the show, you want to open the show.
Yeah.
So Jay and Gunther opening, we've seen that formula work before. But the fact that you're closing night one, and this goes, Chris, to your point of night one's not a true main event because look how you're closing it down. You only have 3 people, no title on the line and everything else. But do they actually do enough in your eyes to make this a main event worthy match?
Yes, they did.
I mean, it's definitely a hot story, so I can understand them putting it in there. Could they have done the same story and had this open up one of the nights? Yes. I think it would have been just, it didn't need the main event spot, but I get why they're putting it there.
Yeah.
If WWE, both Royal Rumble winners are on this card, on this night, they need to stop saying winner of the Royal Rumble main events WrestleMania. Yeah. Because neither one of them are main eventing WrestleMania.
Just goes on to.
Yeah.
Just get the title shot at WrestleMania. Yeah. That's it. Yeah, but this deserves the main event spot. Just like Triple H said, it is the second hottest story coming into this WrestleMania. So yes.
If Jay really is the hottest thing from winning and they wanted to send the fans home happy night one, I could see the argument for that being the match to end the night.
They should have did it then. What were they scared of?
Yeah. That's the only thing that any doubt that I have in Jay winning is because of the position. But
All right, what do you got for your match of the night? Match of your night, night one, WrestleMania. Who you got?
oh,
I'm going Phoenix and El Grande,
Same.
Americano.
Wow.
oh, we know. Just saying.
Give me Charlotte and Tiffy time.
If you were saying anything.
Charlotte and Tiffy.
I think we know Steve's.
He's the third man. Yeah. He is the third man squeeze. Listen, if a match of the night, give me Punk, Rollins, and Roman.
Storyline wise, it will be.
Give me Punk, Rollins, and Roman. That's up my alley. I would not be shocked, when you look from a bell to bell aspect, right? Take away all the pomp and circumstance that is those three individuals in the ring. From a bell to bell aspect, I could definitely see Phoenix and El Grande.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know if they're going to get the time to have that.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte and Tiffy, like I said,
New Day and
absolutely still the show.
Yes.
New Day and War Raiders.
New Day and War Raiders for me is a sleeper that if I'm on FanDuel betting odds, I'm putting money on them because they're probably plus
And just Jacob Fatu.
But yeah,
One man match.
Yeah. If Jacob Fatu does not win the United States title tonight, I riot. Okay. All gas, no brakes. I will walk to Las Vegas.
You break my TV. We got to worry about.
So
Dubborg's live. Look at these two coming out.
yeah,
I need to do that watch along.
y'all go. I'll go triple threat just because. So, hit us up on social media, guys. Let us know who you think is going to be your match of the night for night one of WrestleMania 41. But what is that? 7 matches total?
7 matches total. Yep.
I think that's a nice. That's a nice sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
You got
4-hour show. I mean,
we'll see how much filler actually goes into
to
Mania.
I don't know if we're gonna have the Hall of Fame filler tonight or if we'll wait for that for tomorrow. But
Yeah,
there's gonna be.
There's
filler.
only 6 matches tomorrow.
Okay.
There's 13 total on the
So
card.
you got to get
So
attendance today.
You'll get Hall of Fame tomorrow.
Yeah, you definitely get attendance today.
That Hall of Fame was 3 hours.
I didn't watch
I didn't
it.
even finish it.
All right, let's get into some debate dish to wrap up and get a little game going here. So WWE themselves put out the top 10 greatest WrestleMania matches ever. Don't know what the criteria was. Don't know who the panel was that voted on this, but this is WWE's list themselves. So 10 through 1 are on the screen. We have the full list, 1 through 50 here to review and kind of debate where we would move some matches around. But your top 10, Ronda, Charlotte, Becky at 10, Ultimate Warrior, Savage 9, Hogan and Andre at 3, at WrestleMania 3 at number 8. Dudley's TLC, Dudley's versus Hardy's versus Edge and Christian. I believe that's TLC 2, not the first TLC.
I think so, yeah.
TLC 2 from WrestleMania 17 at 7. Roman and Cody last year at 6. Stone Cold and The Rock from 17 at 5. Savage and Steamboat, WrestleMania 3 at 4. The Rock versus Hogan at 18-3. Stone Cold, Bret Hart 2. Undertaker, Shawn, WrestleMania 25 at 1.
First thought I had on this, since we were talking about the Hall of Fame, you inducted your first match into the Hall of Fame last night.
Bret and Shawn, or Bret and Stone Cold.
Bret and Stone Cold.
And it's not
from
number 1 on
13.
this list.
Yeah.
You inducted the second best WrestleMania match first? Since when does that happen?
Taker had to speak. He had a speaking role.
And Shawn already did too. But to me that was kind of weird, justification on that. But maybe next year Taker, Shawn go in again. What do you think about Bret Hart being a 3-time Hall of Famer?
Trash. I'm mad I wasn't there.
You for it for the second.
Do you think Hogan and Rock from WrestleMania 18
No,
is up
it's not
there.
even a top 10 match.
Yes,
It's for moment.
yes, it's definitely moment.
It's
The,
not
the
a-
match wasn't bad.
No, it's not.
But-
There's no way.
Yeah.
The moment
He's
itself.
never
No
story.
way.
Well, that's why Roman and Cody's up there. Moment.
Yeah.
Yes,
Moment.
for the
Yeah.
last 2 minutes.
Again,
That's recency.
last
right
4
there.
minutes. I wouldn't put. I don't know if I would
Those two
necessarily
ones.
put that in the top 10.
And that's 2 to go out. I mean, we kind of talked about this already with some of the matches a couple weeks ago, but like Iron Man match should be in the top 10.
That was number 14.
Yeah. Like,
Brett and Shawn Iron
Yeah,
Man
that-
match was 14.
We're missing a certain triple threat.
Razor Ramon and
Shawn
Shawn.
Michaels, yeah.
I
Razor
don't think that's
Ramon
on the
and
list
Shawn
at all.
from WrestleMania 10, the ladder match that started ladder
Yeah,
matches.
that
That's at
deserves
number
up there.
12. That's not in the top 10.
Like you got Hogan Andre there. Again, that's more for the moment than it is for the match, but I can justify
can
why that's in the
justify
top
that,
10. Yeah, there's definitely some bigger moment matches that should be in the top 10 and a few that can definitely get out the top
Mhm.
10.
I mean, like you have, and I had, like I said, I had more issues with the bottom half of this list where some of these are slotted at. I definitely just looking at the top 10 real quick. I don't think Ronda, Charlotte, and Becky should be in top 10.
No,
No,
I don't think
match was
Warrior and Savage should be in the top 10.
that was a story.
I
It
don't
was a good
think
match.
I
but
don't
yeah,
think Rock and Hogan is top 10.
Mm-mm.
And if you're putting a women's match, I'm putting both women's matches you have on this list over that one.
If I'm putting Sasha Banks and
Sasha-
Bianca
is
from
going above that.
from WrestleMania 37, and then I also have Charlotte versus Rhea,
Above
which was 16.
Yes.
Charlotte versus Rhea was 16, and Sasha versus Bianca, first women to ever main event, like 19. Like
Yeah, makes no sense.
no, Triple Threat would have been first to main event.
first main event of women of color
Oh.
to main event, not first women to main event.
I mean, yeah, the moment that's the only reason why that one matches at number 10 is just being the main event.
Sting versus Triple H shouldn't be on this list.
No, it should
Yeah,
not.
down at the bottom.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't be there.
Same with Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. That
look,
shouldn't be on there.
I know it's a cinematic match,
Mm.
but Undertaker and AJ Styles deserves to be higher on this list. They came in at 41.
Mhm.
That
I'm putting Gunther, McIntyre, and Sheamus higher.
Yes,
that triple
yes,
threat.
that triple threat
Yeah.
was good. Hogan Savage, WrestleMania 5. That was probably not top 10, but it should be higher than what they have it ranked on.
What was
there.
that?
I think-
at?
It was like 20.
what Hogan and Savage,
Hogan Savage, 27.
27.
I mean, that was a story.
I mean, Rock
Where they put
and
Kofi?
Kurt Angle needs to be higher.
Yes, I
Mhm.
do. From,
I mean, even
that was
Sean
fun.
and Kurt, I think should be higher than where it's at.
If we're going moments. Kofi Mania 35.
Yeah,
Putting
Kofi's.
in moments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't,
probably-
again,
it-
I don't know
it-
what their criteria was, but
And that probably was
Yeah.
the best match of that WrestleMania. Kofi,
Yeah.
Brian.
yeah. No,
I
I
mean,
mean Brock and Seth was good. That opened.
not only that, but
was
you
decent.
moments, you got Kofi Mania, but at 34, you have Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair in Flair's retirement match.
Mhm.
That's not that got to be
For a
higher.
moment.
Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 20, that needs more respect put on it.
Definitely.
That Gunther McIntyre Sheamus, which sits
Yeah,
at
that-
39.
Yeah,
like
that-
those
yeah,
two,
yeah, like that needs to
look
be
at it.
up.
Look at this run. Look at this run of three matches in a row. You have Undertaker versus Triple H, the no hold barred match at 37. Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 20 at 38. Gunther versus McIntyre versus Sheamus, Intercontinental title at WrestleMania 39 at number 39. There's no like those three in a row in the 30s, in the upper 30s.
That's like somebody just forgot. Like, oh yeah, we forgot these.
Yeah.
But then
That's spinning the bingo numbers and just picking out
Mm.
where it's going to be slotted.
And then I mean moments. I know like WrestleMania 1, Mr. T, Hogan, Piper, and Orndorff. If that doesn't come off the way that it comes off, we're not sitting here 40 years later
Exactly.
doing what we're doing. So the fact that that's at 46 needs some more chutzpah put behind it.
See some. Is there any WrestleMania 9 matches since we're doing documentaries?
There's
I
not.
haven't
Not
seen
on one.
of them, yeah.
Not on one.
51. It just missed it.
No, Giant Gonzalez chloroforming the Undertaker at WrestleMania 9 did
Yeah.
not make the list.
Doink Crush. That should have been in there. Yeah.
Like I said,
Just showing the Usher. Just needs to be up.
all right. If you forget the rest of the list, let's focus on the
Right.
top 10 here. Based on this top 10, how would you re-rank this top 10? What would you move around? Don't worry about, we're not taking stuff that's outside of the top 10, moving it in. Just top 10 itself, re-rank your top 10.
Undertaker Shawn can stay. I think Stone Cold and Bret can stay. Then I'd probably move TLC in there.
TLC at 3.
TLC at 3. 4. Just for the moment, Hulk and Andre.
It's 1 through 4.
Yeah. Then
So you have
maybe I do Stone Cold and The Rock at 5, but
you have what is almost world renowned by wrestlers in wrestling industry of the greatest WrestleMania match of all time of Savage and Steamboat. You don't even have that in your top 5 in your re-rankings.
That's number 2.
that would probably
for
be
me.
5, maybe.
That'll be number 2 for me. Taker Shawn 1, Savage Steamboat 2, Stone Cold Bret 3. Then I will probably give TLC 4. And 5, I will keep Stone Cold and Rock there. Even though it was a good match, I still prefer the first one at 15 for myself.
You can see that.
I'm taking Rock and Hogan out of 3, and I'm taking Roman and Cody out of 6, moving them up to 8 and 9, and bringing everything else down. So it'll be Taker Shawn 1, Stone Cold Bret 2, Rock Hogan 3, not Rock Hogan, Savage Steamboat 3, Stone Cold Rock 4, and then Dudley's Harley's
TLC 5.
5. Yep.
Rock Hogan for me, I know everybody loves the moment and the stare down, and the crowd was so hyped for it, but it's ass. Okay, it's ass. I'm never going back to rewatch that match. Like never.
I have.
Okay.
I have. It's
Oh,
been a
I'm
long
watching,
time.
but yeah.
Warrior Savage at 9.
And that's a Macho King.
Yeah, it's the Macho King. I would
That's because Miss Elizabeth returns. That's
I would put Warrior and Savage at 9 at 10. I would put Rock Hogan at 9. Ronda Charlotte Becky at 8. Roman Cody at 7. Hulk Andre at 6. Dudley's at 5. Stone Cold Rock at 4. Undertaker Shawn at 3. Stone Cold Bret at 2. And Savage Steamboat at 1.
Hit us up in the comments. Let us know where you rank some of these matches, or if your favorite WrestleMania match is in the top 10. What's your favorite WrestleMania match, and where should it be listed on there?
Yeah, that Snooki match should have been 1.
Snooki match. I can't believe you got a Snooki reference off in 2025 on this show. Snooki. We got Unk 1 and Unk 2. You got Snooki and Rhyme Time over here. That's going to be your tag team name instead of Crime Time. It's Rhyme Time.
All right, guys, before we wrap things up here, any final thoughts from the weekend so far for this card?
I mean, look, WrestleMania is a week and a half spectacle at this point, right?
Yeah.
Between all the events, all the indie promotions that come in that piggyback off of Mania, to all the hundreds and hundreds of wrestlers that are getting a big time paycheck this weekend because of Mania, it's healthy for the business. I think Stand and Deliver was a nice appetizer for the main dish tonight, right? I'm expecting big things. I definitely want to see the breakout of actual wrestling time versus everything else on the show.
So there's going to be some filler. That's guaranteed.
But I don't have any real big surprises coming out of tonight. I know, Donald, I like your theory with Heyman, but outside of that, like, I think the card is the card. I don't see nothing crazy. I think that's more for tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So I'll go, if this was the NCAA tournament, round one, day one, this is chalk. Round one, day two, that's where March Madness begins, right? So we'll save shocking on and throwing out theories and everything else tomorrow. But I'm looking forward to enjoying a great night of pro wrestling and sitting back as a fan and trying to take off the critic hat, as Triple H said.
Yeah,
so
just be the fan.
I'll be the fan tonight and not the critic.
Jason, anything else?
I'll be the critic.
Especially if Charlotte loses.
Oh, definitely.
Especially if Charlotte loses.
Jason might head out right after that.
That Gunther get his shit off on the first match and win. You saw it here first.
We'll find out.
We'll find out real quick.
Anybody got any other quick hitters?
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning into episode 2 of Podomania 5, guys.
It's finally here.
Got 2 down, 2 more to go tomorrow and Monday. Stay tuned for times on both of those episodes. Head over on all social media at DumbMarksPod. Like, follow, hit the bell on YouTube. Email the show, dumbmarkspod@gmail.com. Buy the merch, prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. Before we wrap things up, we'll leave you with the quote of the week as always.
All gas, no brakes.
Hell no.
It's the quote of the week. Yeet.
The choices we make dictate the life that we lead.
Can't even do nothing
So-
cool. Like it.
We will
It's
see you
WrestleMania.
tomorrow morning. Shut the fuck up.
Sappy shit off.